special report and recording today. Want to talk Yosemite National Park and the summer reservation system. Seeing across several California media outlets that the national park system is on hold, waiting for the current administration's ruling or opinions on their plans for a permanent reservation system, Yosemite National Park, for peak hours and summer reservations. Wanted to come out to you on this real quick because I think one video format, everybody's kind of into that right now. But seems to be a lot of chatter that sometimes it's incorrect on the reservation system and how it's implemented. And, I'm not going to get into the whys. I'm not a big fan of the reservation system myself. But I know it's helped a lot especially in Yosemite Valley since COVID and the crowds that are going to Yosemite. So, what I want to do today, real quick, is just do a real brief live here. Um, I've actually never quite done this with an audience, so I'm not sure how I'm going to record this. It might just be information for you, but I'll throw this out here for you today. Yosemite National Park has announced, or has been reported at least, Los Angeles Times and San Francisco Chronicle, several other papers, Mother Lode, has reported that Yosemite is suspending the reservation system until further review with the Trump administration for the summer program. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means it's on delay. There's people going to recreation.gov right now looking to make reservations for summer like we were last year, and they can't do it. The calendar doesn't go up past March at the moment. Uh, Firefall in February do require reservations, and that has been implemented. So if you're going to see Firefall in February, you do need to have that uh, reservation scheduled to get into the park. And so if you're making plans for 2025 summer season at the moment, you can't try to reserve a date to drive through. You're just going to plan on showing up like a normal national park. The expectation is that there will be a reservation system of some sort this summer implemented. So here's how like to kind of address this. Like how do you make plans for this? How do you plan for summer 2025 if you want to see Yosemite National Park? First, you need to understand that the reservation system that we're talking about is for your car, and it's if you want to drive in for a day trip, weekend trip, whatever, and you drive your car in during the peak summer season. And if you go back to 2024 and the plans they had is that there was a period early in the summer and late in the fall where it was just on the weekends and holidays, and then midsummer when it was busiest, it was 7 days a week. And what that meant is that if you didn't have a reservation at a hotel or a property inside of Yosemite, didn't have a backpacking permit, then you were not on a yard system, you would need a reservation at the gate to get in. That helped control the lines at the gates at certain times of day. It also helped the parking and overcrowding in the valley to some extent. But here's where most people or some people seem to still have this wrong. There are still multiple ways to go to Yosemite Valley in the summertime without this reservation. First, if you book a stay at any of the resorts inside the park. So this can include Yosemite Valley. This can include the cabins up at Wawona. Yes, I know Wawona Lodge is closed this summer for renovations and planning. They're trying to figure out what to do with that building as it has kind of been condemned. But there are still cabins in Wawona. I just booked one at Redwoods in Yosemite today for early season. But you can look at campgrounds. Campground reservations are available on recreation.gov, so you can definitely book a White Wolf campground, for example, if they're not sold out already. But those are options for you. And if you have those reservations, that covers your drive into the park. It doesn't cover your entrance fee. You still have to pay your entrance fee, but you no longer need a reservation. That is your reservation. Same as if you're a backpacker. So I backpack in Yosemite multiple times every summer. My backpacking reservation that I make 6 months in advance covers my reservation to drive into park on that weekend or that day. So I don't have to. The other option, if you're coming in and you like to stay outside the park, say you got a reservation in Sonora or Oakhurst, and you're Mariposa, and you're looking to come in the park from a base camp location on the east side, it might be June Lake or Lee Vining that you're coming in from. That is where you're going to want to look at the YART bus system. So the YART bus system during the summer season picks up guests from outside the park, brings them into the park, and that bus reservation is your reservation in the park. So you don't have to pay the reservation fee and pay the entrance fee and pay a reservation fee on top of that. It already is covered in that. So I think that's where some of the confusion lies on this Yosemite National Park reservation system, is that people think they have to have duplicates for those cases. This really is meant for the people that are driving in for the day and don't have plans, and so they don't have any reservations at the hotels or the campgrounds or Curry Village. They don't have a guide service booked, which is also covered, by the way. You can go get a guide service and they'll cover your entry fee, the bus systems, whatever it is. Now, we can argue all day whether or not the reservation system needs to be in place or how it should be changed. Like I personally proposed to them that they should make this a valley only reservation system, kind of like you would go to Zion where it's only in the valley. Uh, but that also comes with other problems, right? So many people say we shouldn't have to pay for going to national parks and reservations at all. They're national lands. Understand the argument. I'm not trying to say right or wrong there. Just I'd like to play within the rules a little bit, and they want me to have a reservation. I'll make a reservation. Uh, but that being said, I don't go to the valley very often, so I've never been really turned down either. I tend to get permits whenever I want them. What I expect to happen is I expect that this administration, who's moving very fast on a lot of objects, will eventually look at this Yosemite plan, either say yay or nay on the plan, and provide um, a plan forward. And that plan could be reservations. So it could be that on April 1st, we get a report from the government says you're going to have reservations now. And we're all going to have the same opportunity to book that now. And I understand that's hard to make your summer plans if you're planning to do that. So you're going to need to be a little flexible on that. But there's no reason not to book a trip to Sonora or Oakhurst or 395 and June Lakes because of Yosemite. Book the trip. There's so many things you can do, outside of Yosemite, and there are ways into the park. Again, the yard system is a great way. Take the bus system in. I rode it last summer. Fantastic. They're quick. They're easy. If they're on time, it's just like, schedule the bus, do your day trip in the park, and enjoy your time in Yosemite National Park. That would be one of the options for you to consider doing that. Book a guide service trip on your trip so that the guide can help you take care of that. That's why they pay their fees for their permits and stuff so they can book those trips. Lots of different options that way. So again, we just want to reiterate. Right now, it's indefinitely on hold. You can go and make your summer plans and reservations. If you're booking hotels, booking stays inside the park, this doesn't even matter to you. You can just do your thing. It's all covered. It's only as if you're planning to go on a motorcycle ride from the Carson Valley through Yosemite Park, out the other side. And it's just a joyride for the day. Just pay attention to the websites. We'll cover it. CREC Magazine as soon as we know. But pay attention to the local websites, social media channels. They'll tell you what reservations are needed at that time. And again, if you're going for Firefall, you probably already know reservation. You can't just show up today and go for Firefall, or next weekend or the weekend after that. I think the next 3 weeks in a row on the weekends, Firefall is definitely needs a reservation. So look at Yosemite.com for that information. And we hope this has been helpful, this video, this live. Sorry, I don't know how to really do. I'm just on this weird channel. I don't know actually how to talk to guests on it, but hopefully this video helps, and we'll talk to you again soon, as soon as I have more information.